So they didn't leave you. I moved them. That is one of the most brilliant, inspiring, comforting sayings.
Yes, I agree.
And it can be so, it doesn't have to be a person, it can be a situation. You know,
Right.
you didn't get that job because I stopped it, or there's something better for you. That sort of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, I that particular saying has gotten me through some times in my life that were pretty rough. Um, I'd have,
Hmm.
whatever. I mean, all kinds of things. Maybe I didn't get a job that I wanted, or something. A client didn't work out, or something that I thought was going to be a big deal turned out not to be, or whatever. Yeah, and Spirit's directing it.
Talk
Spirit is
about a
directing it.
different perspective when you
Yes.
hear that.
Yes.
They didn't leave you. I moved them.
Yes. That's
It didn't
such a gift.
happen. I stopped it.
Oh, yes.
Very
Yes.
rarely in life, I believe, very rarely, do
Mhm.
people really think about the spiritual aspect
Yes.
of the inner workings of our life.
Yes.
And
Which is
boy,
part of what we have grown into doing, or being a part of,
hmm,
is trying to bring that message. We've both been doing this for a long time, and we've evolved over the years, of course, thank goodness. Um,
yes.
um, we've evolved and moved through and learned more and more about the journey, and to really think about that all the time. It's rare that you and I mean, we live 3D, and we're meant to be human, and that's what we do. And,
Yes.
and everything about that. Yet, there's so much of what we do that you and I give gratitude to Spirit. And
Yes.
we work in, oh, what is this lesson? Or what is the, to me, it makes life so much more interesting, understandable. It brings so much more clarity when
Mhm.
we bring in the spiritual piece to it, when we're aware that perspective.
It certainly takes a lot of the pressure off.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it.
Yeah,
Truly does. Yeah.
because when I'm going to use a person, when a person leaves your life,
Mhm.
we go to blame,
Yes.
whether it's blaming the other person or blaming ourselves.
Yes.
And when we realize that spirit moved that person, not only for our highest good, but it's for their highest
Wow.
good. And
Yes.
it's also for the highest good of whoever is coming in
Yes.
to take the place um, of the placeholder before them.
Yes. And I can hear people saying right now, well, that doesn't make sense because I've had really crappy relationships, or I'm currently in this relationship that's maybe abusive or whatever. So,
Sure.
shouldn't Spirit have moved them away from me? So Mary Lynn, what would you say to someone that says that to you?
I would say there is a bigger lesson
Yeah.
in your situation that you have not learned.
And that's for our highest good. The highest good
That.
right now is that lesson. So that person is necessary. That job is necessary. That situation is necessary for you to learn.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And the lesson could be to stand up for yourself and remove yourself.
Yes.
That could be the lesson. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. And there's also spirit doesn't override our free will.
Yes. Yep. But I'll tell you, is right there to support us.
Oh boy.
Right there without any question, anything, always right there to support
Always.
us in whatever decision we
Either
make.
way,
Yes.
however
Yes.
we do
Yes.
it,
Yes.
even in those times when we bypass
Yep.
the lesson.
I've never bypassed a lesson, by the way.
Oh, I could write a book about bypassing the lesson.
As could I.
Co-written by Pam.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Well, bypassing is easy.
It is.
It's
Absolutely.
soft.
It's soft.
Mhm.
And anything putting it off until tomorrow or putting it off till another time or just flat out ignoring it, whatever it is such the easy way out.
It
It's
is.
such the, but you know what? As we know, Spirit's just going to keep bringing it around to you. Bringing it
Yep.
around, bringing it around, bringing
Gonna
it.
knock a little louder,
Yep.
knock a little louder, push a little
Oh,
harder, till
we're
one
pushed
day you
down the
get pushed down the stairs.
Yes. And you know what? That also beautiful, joyful gifts in our life. Spirit does the same thing.
Yes.
Spirit does the exact same thing with us.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not looking at it right now because I've got this other stuff going on, so I can't get the clarity to look like, oh, there's a gift here. Or let's say I made a decision and that other decision, I need something from that other decision. Maybe it's a real gift, and I'll never say it's a wrong decision because there's never really a wrong decision. But let's say we had a decision to make and I went this way. That other thing, if it's needing to be in my life, Spirit will keep bringing it around until I get it.
Yes.
Until I'm in a place where I can see it and I can receive it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spirit will bring it in different ways, in different
Yes.
forms,
Yes.
Through different people.
Oh, yes.
I mean, how many times
Yes.
have I ignored, and so Spirit brings the message through you?
Yes. A lot for both of us that happened. I just always see Fred like palm to forehead. Oh, she's not listening. I'm going to Mari-Lyn. I'm going to tell Mari-Lyn because Pam is closed for business at the moment and she's not listening. Yes.
And, you know, Spirit has even, okay, they're not getting it.
Yeah.
Going completely outside.
Yes. Oh, and that brings up, sometimes it'll come through someone we don't like. And it's really hard to listen to that person because you don't particularly care for them. But Spirit really wanted you to hear it. And you're going to hear the words from that person.
Yes.
You may not accept it quite yet, but you hear it from that person. And then it's almost easier than when you hear it then from a friend. Well, you know, they were kind of right. Or just whatever. It just sort of comes up again. Yeah.
And then the gratitude
to
this person for finally bringing us the message.
Yes. Yes. Very I'm going to say unfortunately for me. Many people I have struggled with in my life have been such beautiful teachers just like that. And messengers, really. Maybe not teachers, but messengers. Teachers, sure. We learn a lot from those people that we sort of go head to head with and get rubbed the wrong way with. And we're sort of searching around for our dignity. And that is a person who is a catalyst for us to heal and to learn. And very often Spirit will bring it from someone like that too. And okay, well, that's another good, that does go along with, they didn't leave you, I moved them. We have to be open to seeing things through the eyes of Spirit.
Yes.
what is this experience really? What really, like you said, you used the word perspective earlier.
Hmm.
Yes. To look
Yeah.
through the perspective of spirit. Why? There's a reason for everything. Absolutely everything. Sometimes we don't get the reason. I mean, honestly, there are things that happen. It's like I have
You
no,
bet.
I know there's a reason here. Have no idea what it
No
is.
idea what it
God,
is.
I'm just gonna go with it.
Yep.
Stop the why.
Yep.
Stop that,
Yeah.
and just moving. But yeah,
Yeah. But being able to step out of ourselves and looking at the bigger picture, which is how spirit looks at us, right? Spirit
yes,
sees the big picture,
yes.
and opening up the view, and instead of having this tunnel vision that's,
Mm.
like looking straight down on just me.
I was just gonna, on just us, just myself, because
Just,
I'm,
yep,
I'm all important. And it's all
just
about
me.
me.
No,
No,
no, that
no.
beam of light is much bigger than just
Yes,
me.
yes.
And
Damn it. But yes,
if I'm so focused on me, I'm not going to see
yes.
anything or anyone else.
And I want to say to that, when you just said focused on me, what that's really, to sort of clarify that saying or that comment, is focused on me and boohoo and what I want. It's that place of feeling sorry for yourself, or even when you think you are, the sun rises and shines out your butt. We've all met people like that. They just think they're the best things ever. They are
Right.
with, they are so closed down and only thinking about their own self.
Yes.
So it's really that place of icky, that
Yep.
place of you're in your wounding,
Yeah.
you need to broaden that, you need to open that up.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if it's in victim mode,
Right?
or I'm going to say narcissistic mode.
Yes. Yes.
It
It's not
doesn't
all about
matter.
you.
That focus is laser beam on
Yeah.
you. Uh,
Yes.
it's too narrow. It's way too narrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that saying has been certainly with my professional life. I've had many, a handful anyway, of so-called partners, and I put that in like air quotes, until I met you, Mari-Lyn, and they would come in, and it was all my wounding. It was their wounding too. It was like this perfect storm
Yes. Yes.
of whatever, trauma bonding, unhealed empathy, whatever you want to call that. That's what it was.
Codependency.
Oh yes. Oh my. It was all of that coming together. And so I was in these relationships with, they all happened to be women, with women who just, it it was not pretty. It was ugly. And they would, thankfully, spirit would move them. I would get, well, my, no, that's not true. I would get sick of them. I would tell them to get the hell out. And then another one would come in and I'd think that was the person. And so spirit kept bringing me, kept bringing me partners until I got it, until I figured out, shit, this is me. I mean, yeah, they're messed up, but it's not about them. This is about, for me, this is about me. I need to look in. I need to figure this out. I need to realize what's really going on here, and it's my own traumas. And, when I figured that out, in walked you. And spirit brought me the partner that I needed, but I had to be ready to receive that partner. I had to be ready to bring you in and to see you that way. And if I remember correctly, I knew right away I liked you and all of that, but boy, I was fighting ever having a partner again.
I was fighting being a partner.
Yes. Yes. And then there was a part I had a partner at the time. So that
Yes.
person was kind of the go-between between you and I for a
Right.
while, I think, until that's the one that spirit moved. That was the one. Spirit went, you know what? For the highest good of you two, I am moving this person away.
Mhm.
Oh, she went out in a blaze of glory, but that was her own. I didn't throw her out this time. She
No,
went
you
out
did not.
in her own muck that she created, and possibly is still in today. I have no idea. It's been years. I
Don't
hope
know.
not. I
I don't
hope
know.
not. My goodness, it's been years. But because
But
I do wish her well, and I do want her to heal.
in that preparation that you went through
Hmm.
to bring me in as your partner,
Yes.
what that allowed for me was for you to teach me how to be a partner.
Okay. And in turn, I learned as well. We had a little bump of codependence
We did.
that thankfully we saw, and we were like, ew, ah, ee, ah, oh. We were both so grossed out. It's like, wait, ew, we're being codependent with each other. This is so gross. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
We were
I
both
was
so grossed out.
I was really devastated because
Yes,
I had done so much work
yes,
on codependency
yes.
and
As did I thought.
just didn't even see it
It was so gross.
until we did.
Yes.
I am grateful though that spirit didn't have to have someone else point it out to us. We
Oh,
figured
yes,
that out
we
all on
did.
our own,
Yep.
painful as it was.
Yes. 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 And really, it is a testament to our friendship.
Agreed.
Neither one of us wanted to walk away from this for I don't care how much this hurts. I because we know it's not the other person. We've healed to that point where it's like, okay, this is really painful and I want to be really pissed off at her, but hold up. Time to look in your own backyard first. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And we've done a lot of work together and thankful. I'm so grateful that we're able to see that. But
Oh
and,
boy.
and we still go
Yeah, I'm
through it.
grateful.
We
Yeah.
still go through it. I mean, no relationship is without its bumps. That would be weird. And that's
That well.
if any of you think you're in a relationship with no bumps, I would take a look at that relationship.
Yes. Yes.
Unless it's like like you just somebody at work you just kind of know. I mean, that's different. This I'm talking about an intimate.
About a real deep relationship.
Yes, yes.
Life is not linear. Nothing in life is just straight across the board.
No.
Nor is anything all uphill,
Correct. Oh,
whether that's
oof, certainly not in
trudging
my life.
uphill
Yeah.
or high vibration, the good.
Yes.
We don't continuously climb into better and better and better and better,
Yes.
nor do we continually
No.
slide down that hill of ick.
No.
Thank goodness.
Yes. And we've talked about that before, how some people just totally bypass, la, 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 la. I'm not sliding down there. I'm not, oh no, I'm always like, oh, Pollyanna, hey.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, you got muck dripping off your behind.
Yeah, something ain't pretty here.
Yeah.
Smells here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't pass the smell test.
Does not.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah.
So I guess today's, we always like to bring something for everyone to think about. That sort of and today we actually, full disclosure, Mari-Lyn and I got together and we're like, what are we going to talk about today? And we had to ask spirit and we sat with that and we got a few signs, and then we just started talking and worked it out. And that's what Spirit wanted us to bring to everyone today, including ourselves. Every time we get together and we do these podcasts, this is not just like, we're not sitting here, oh, what are we going to bring everyone today? Like it's for everyone else but us. This is this is a beautiful, even though we can't actually hear you, we're not having a full conversation with all of you listening. There's such a beautiful symbiotic thing that happens, this energy that's both ways. We talk about it. Hopefully, we tell
Agreed.
you guys as well how much it does for us, knowing that you're listening. Or,
Yes.
yeah,
And
yes.
I gonna go out on a limb here and say you do talk about that on Pam Ponders.
Oh, okay.
I have heard you say that many times
Okay.
on Pam Ponders. I'm not sure if we have talked about that on
On hours together.
hours that we do together.
Okay.
I have never said it on my recovery podcast.
Okay.
Wow.
You will now.
I will now.
Because I know you feel that way because we've talked about it.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to say I do mention it, but in a very different way.
Okay.
In a roundabout way,
Sure.
but I don't come right out and tell all of you wonderful people that the podcasts are so helpful to
Oh,
us individually.
yes. And
Yeah.
hopefully they are to you as well. And they are. Between the comments and the emails, I know Spirit is reaching those who need to be reached.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I've said this before, certainly on Pam Ponders, and I probably here too. What we do here, we're channeling. We are bringing in messaging from Spirit to the collective, to the people listening. And we're just the conduit. So yes, we've had experience. We can share our experiences with you, and this is what happened, and that's what happened, and I've learned this and learned that. And that's all coming through Spirit. Spirit nudges us to tell our story, to be able to say it so other
Yes.
people can hear it. We are really 10% of this beautiful journey with Spirit, as far as when we're here speaking, our podcasts,
Right.
and so forth. 90% is Spirit, and we're so very grateful. And we're still very grateful for everyone who listens as well, to our podcast.
Yes. Very grateful.
Yes.
Very grateful.
So back to, sorry, got off on that little mushy thing. Everyone knows Pam doesn't like to get too mushy. I'm like, danger, danger, danger. Where can I go? Hold up. And I'm usually the one that starts the mush, and then I'm the one that first
You
to back
are.
it out.
You are. And I think I'm very grateful that you do that, because I don't allow myself to go there. Yeah. Because I don't want to get all weepy.
That's true, you little water you. Double water you.
Yes, I haven't learned. I am learning not to follow with not to lead with emotion.
Yes.
Gets me into trouble every time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So.
And you're also learning, right? You're learning.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah, I am. I am learning
that
I don't have to lead with emotion.
Right.
And I'm learning that my instinct can lead first.
Yes.
And that my emotion can wait until I have a big picture.
That's beautiful. Yes. Do we want to talk about that? That's sort of
Sure.
We have the instinct, we have the emotion, and we have the thought, or the intellect, whichever word you'd like to use. And instinct, we are born with that instinct. And it can really get through just our basic instincts, our basic survival skills can get pretty messed up as a kid. Every one of us, not just someone who's been
Yeah,
abused or whatever, every one of us, because that's what we're here to do, right?
right.
And
Well,
that
because it's hard being human.
it's hard. Oh man.
It's so
Yes,
hard.
yes. And somewhere down the line, we end up overriding that instinct. Now, sometimes the instinct, because there's some wounding or because there's something around, sometimes our instinct is pointing us in the wrong direction. And so
Yes.
overriding it is okay, or I'm not sure how I want to say that, but it'll come. So reaffirming, rebalancing your instincts, getting back in touch with your survival skills. And that does not mean being on high alert all the time.
No,
That means I don't have to be on high alert all the
they
time.
don't have to be. Exactly. When our instinct becomes skewed
Yes,
through that
I
that
like that.
trauma and that wounding, it gets skewed, then it does lead us down rabbit holes.
Oh
It
boy.
leads us
Yes,
in directions that are not for our highest good,
yes, yes,
and it's gotten out of balance.
yes.
It's wonky.
And what just came to me as you were saying that, what can happen is, so the instinct is kind of skewed, and instead of giving it time to right itself or to think of whatever about it, to sort of come in flow with it, to get it back on track,
Right?
our emotions or our ego flies in and takes over.
Takes over. Yep.
And then our instincts learn, oh, well, I'll just hang back. She does not going to listen anyway, or whatever it is.
Nope.
Like, yeah.
Her emotion's going to take over anyway. I'm going to let it.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
happened for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instinct, just like intuition, is very soft. It comes in and just kind of taps at you, right? It's not a big full. Now, if you're in real physical danger, there's a saber-toothed tiger coming at you. Yes, your instinct is going to hit you over the head.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
going to happen. That's
Yes.
going to happen. But we do lead with that skewed instinct a lot. Like our adrenals are open,
Yep.
our fight, flight, freeze, fawn responses comes out really fast, and
Yep.
it doesn't need to. And then that triggers our emotion and our ego. Not the clarity, not that beautiful intellect.
No. The
Emotion.
overthinking,
Yes.
the chasing your tail,
Ah,
the chaos in the brain.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And well, you're going to lead with your heart, you're going to lead with your overthinking brain. You put them on the scales and
Yeah. Oh, they have a joy working together.
yeah.
Yeah. That overabundance. Yes.
Yes.
And that's where there is a lot of I did not know this even existed until just a few years ago, but there's what's it called? Adrenal fatigue.
Oh, yes.
So many people walk around every day, high alert, high alert, high alert. Adrenals are going. Even if they feel calm, they're not.
They're not.
They're not. How many people have we that sit for a session with us? First thing we do is get them grounded, and they're like, "Oh my God, I don't know if I've ever felt this way. I've never felt so present and just good."
Yeah.
Happens a lot, a lot.
Closing down someone's adrenal glands and the tears
Yes,
just
immediately.
flow from
Yes.
that
It's not
release, that
sadness. Yeah, it's not like
relaxation.
I'm in no, it's the release of that.
The release.
Yes, of
Yeah.
that energy. It's like our body, Deva, is saying, thank you. Thank you. I don't have to be in this state of whatever that is. It's when I see someone with anxiety or stress, they almost shimmer, or they that it, their energy bubble is just this vibrate, like
It's
it's,
like
I
it's
can see it vibrating really
yeah.
fast and crazily, and it's not, I mean, the shape of it is just beyond.
I used to I used to live, I believe, in adrenal fatigue.
Yeah.
I can remember, I don't know why I asked my sister, but I had asked her, so when you're just sitting there right now, are your teeth together? Are your top and bottom teeth, are they touching? And she looked at me and she
And I'm
said,
going to answer that, say no.
no.
And that's what
She
she
thought
said.
I was crazy. What are you
Uh,
talking about?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I lived with my teeth clenched.
Oh,
Well, if my teeth are clenched, guess what?
yes,
So is every other muscle in my
yes,
body.
yes, yes, absolutely.
Do not live that way today.
Whoo, thanks, Fred. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, but it's it's a terrible way to live. It's a terrible punishment
yes,
to ourselves to live that way. And most people don't realize that they're not normal,
right,
or that, not that they are not normal, but
right. That's
that
the
that
experience. Yes,
situation
yes, yes.
is not normal, and that's not for our highest good. Definitely not for our physical
And it
body's
does
highest good.
become your normal. It
Does.
is become a person's normal.
Yeah.
That's another one of those, oh, that's just who she is things
Yes.
that I really, that we need to and I'm going to say need. I
We
need
do need to
to
stop that.
stop that. I need to stop saying, oh, that's just the way that person is.
I
No,
think you have stopped saying that.
good on me. I
I think I have too. We've had so
think
much
you have. Yes, definitely.
conversation around,
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
that is not.
Yes. Oh, you froze. Oh my gosh. So you probably noticed that we both just froze with funny faces. So we had to get that all worked out, and we're back. I think I'm not sure where exactly it froze, but we were talking about adrenal fatigue, and
Yes.
that's just the way she is. And
Yep.
we try not to just say that anymore. We try to be more compassionate with the person, or understand what's going on, right?
Right. Because I don't care what our behavior is,
Hmm.
that's not who we are.
No. No.
Um, that's how our behavior
Yeah.
has become.
Yes.
And clearly, I'm talking about lower vibrational
Yes.
behavior.
Yes.
Um, because somebody who is kind,
Yes.
you know, if that person is kind, you know, if that's who they are at their core,
Yes.
or are they being kind out of their ego? There is a definite difference.
I was just going to say that, because what came flashed in mind is this woman that I was way back, like I'm going back to like I was 20 years old.
Okay.
I had a job. So way back 100 years ago, I had this job, and this woman was so sticky sweet and so kind, and she really, on one hand, she really was a very kind person. However, I remember always thinking, ew, like, wait, why do I feel so sticky when
Sticky.
she's been around? And everyone, it was in an office, there were probably 15 of us, and oh, she's the sweetest person. And I was like, I mean, I think she is. I see her doing some really kind things, but I feel stuck to. Like it was just, ooh, and that's a low vibration as well.
Mhm.
Well, that's what you were talking about.
That's
And that
exactly what
she
I was
just
talking
flew
about.
in. I'm like, oh, I have a
Yeah.
story about that.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes, I do. Yes. Yes. And it was, and you can feel it.
Yeah. But when somebody has a low vibrational behavior,
Yep.
let's say anger, an
Yes.
angry person. Oh, that's just who they are.
Yep.
Just let them fly off the handle.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Just
They'll
stay
blow
calm. They'll
over.
be done in a minute. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they might be an angry person, but at their core,
Yes.
no, they're not. And
No.
that anger comes from wounding.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they can heal and
Mhm.
evolve.
And I'm going to take this to a place that I don't normally take it on
Okay.
this particular channel, but I'm going there anyway.
Right.
Earthies.
Oh,
Earthies.
yes.
So, um, we tend, not we, as in Mari-Lyn and I, but sort of the whole, Mari-Lyn and I are not ghost hunters, and we don't put ourselves in that category. Just going to be honest with you.
No, we do not.
Not fans of the ghost hunters.
No.
Um, One thing that you hear them saying all the time, even so-called mediums and whatever, I put them all in the ghost hunting. If they don't, I'll just say it. I mean, whatever. If you don't get it, then you're a ghost hunter. That's my, okay. So if
I'm
you
on board
see
with that.
yes. So they come up against these, they always say, oh, it's a devil or it's a demon or it's whatever. And as you know, if you've ever watched our videos, our reaction videos, almost always it's just a really angry earthy. It's an angry earthy. So basically, the ghost hunters are telling that angry person that's just the way they are. I'm going to keep poking at them. So that person is in that low vibration, is in that anger, even the depression, whatever it is, and they're poking and poking and poking. And to me, that's the same thing as a person still in their physical body having an issue, and you just kind of turn your back and go, oh, that's just the way. Turning your back on them and letting them flail until they're done is very much in line with coming across an earthy who's angry, and you yell back at them and you tell, fight fire with fire and whatever. And I guess that's
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you do the same thing, that fight fire with that angry living person, because you think, well, this is just who they are. This is the only way to communicate with them.
Yes. And no.
No.
Yes, I agree. And no, that's not true. Yes.
Right.
Correct. Yes. There is, whether it's a person in their body or not. So those of you who have not watched that channel, an earthy is someone, I just realized there are people who don't know us from that.
Very true.
From our paranormal channel. An earthy is someone who has left this physical plane and chose to not cross over to the higher realms. They've chosen to stay behind to work out some more karma or whatever they're doing. Is fear. There's out of fear, they stay. And it's what typically are called ghosts. We call them earthies. They are earthbound spirits and they need help.
Yes.
So even the ones that have never had a human life and are really nasty and mean, they need help too. We always give love to all of them, all of them, all of them, all of them, all of them. There is always a pinprick of light in every one of them, even the demons. Yes, they can.
Rare as they may be.
Yes. Oh gosh, they're so rare. Yeah. So, excuse me. Yes. And I know we've talked about that. Oh, that's just the way they are, or whatever. But saying something to that person in a kind way, I think, is very compassionate. Very compassionate.
Compassion is so
yes,
underused,
yes,
undervalued.
Yes. And that person is in your life for a reason. That person is in your, even if that person, you just went to the grocery store and you saw it happen at the grocery, you've never seen this person before and they're throwing a fit, which, happened, especially like during COVID, someone wearing a mask, someone not wearing a mask, there was stupid stuff going on. But that's there for, it happened in front of you. It became part of your experience for a reason. That does not mean that you walk up to a perfect stranger and say something to them. Yet, what is that? So for those of you just listening,
Yes.
Lynn just got this look on her face of,
And I covered my face,
yes,
and I
like a light bulb went off.
I witnessed something at the grocery store yesterday.
Oh,
Man, and I was judgmental.
ah,
And looking back on that, I can absolutely see why I witnessed what I did.
beautiful, beautiful. There's
Yeah,
always a reason.
always a reason.
Yes.
It was a direct reminder of how addiction affects our behavior.
Ah,
Pure and simple, and
yes,
I completely
yes.
dismissed
This is
any
yesterday.
lesson.
Mhm.
Um,
But you did it.
I just turned around my cart and just went about my merry
Right.
way, just under my breath and
Yeah, but spirit just brought it around to you. Brought
yes.
me whatever I just said in the grocery store. They were
Yep.
leading me
Yep.
to that place for you to remember. You see how
Yep.
spirit works? Oh,
So,
love,
see,
love.
just like we had talked earlier in this podcast of I didn't get it yesterday, so spirit had to bring it
Bring
to
it right
me
back around.
through Pam.
Yep.
Thank you,
Yes.
spirit.
Yes. Thank,
And
thank you. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Yep, 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 yep. And yup.
And I'm writing this down.
Oh.
Yeah. Because there's something there I need to,
Yes. But
remember.
see how spirit will take people away, they'll bring people in. It all of life is about our relationships, relation to other people. There
Yes.
are people on there are and it's very few that are true like hermits, like true people that just these loner people that never have. Okay, I just had a really horrible they just brought me something even this is and I no, you know what, I can't go there. But even bad people, I'm just going to say it that way, even bad people, you always hear, something happens, they finally caught someone doing something horrible, and the neighbors go, oh, well, he just kind of kept to himself, and he wasn't really this or that.
Right.
He seemed
Okay.
like a
Right.
nice guy. He was real. But you know what? Even that person is doing whatever nefarious acts they're doing in relation to other people. So there's always, we are here, and those
Yes.
people are getting what they need by coming in contact with that horrific person.
Yes.
But everything is about relation to other people, and we seem to discard the notion that we're all here for each other to learn from. We don't think, or that perspective isn't there. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes. We
There's
are
a
here.
roundabout way to get there, but I
Yeah.
definitely made it.
We're here for ourselves, of ourselves,
Yes.
by ourselves.
Yes. Yes.
And that's not the case at all. We
Right.
are here to
Yes.
be in community.
Yes. This is where karma comes in. That karma is between you and other people. Us and other. Karma is pretty much I mean, situations are karmic, whatever, but mostly it's between other people. It's the relations. It's working out your crap with other people. Yes. It's karmic.
Yeah.
But, karmic is not, oh, I can't believe that person just did that to me. Then they run outside and get hit by a car. And people go, oh, there's karma. That's not karma. That's just damn bad luck.
Karma's not that fast.
No.
Karma does not work that fast. No.
No. At all. But yeah, so at the beginning we started with they didn't leave you. I moved them.
Yes.
That is just, and I really hope that because there's something in there for the people listening. I really do hope that you're opening to that, to try to use that belief system. And, oh, spirit brought this to me because I have something to learn. You know,
Yes.
um,
Yeah.
it's both, it's all of the above, all of the above. Everything has a reason. I know for me, healing my traumas, I enjoy, and Mari-Lyn, you can testify to this. I need to know the why. The why is so helpful to me. Sometimes when I'm right in the middle of it, like, don't give me the why. I cannot handle that right now. Yet working through it, as I work through it, there does come a moment, that sort of place that's like, oh, okay, I chose this to happen because I came here to learn all these lessons. I came here to heal this and work out the karma and whatever else it is. To
Mm-hmm.
me, spirit and the spiritual journey brings so many answers, far more answers than questions. I have a lot of questions. There's always an answer.
Yeah.
It for me, it makes living in this human life so much better.
It sure makes more sense.
Yes. Yeah.
It really does. For me on that healing journey, I want to know the end of the why. Like, why am I having to learn this?
Right.
But the beginning why, the original why did I get wounded?
Uh-huh.
Don't
Why
care.
is this happening to
Yep.
me? That's always mine. Why is this happening to me? Why did they do that? Why are they so mean? So much of my childhood and just after, even into my adulthood.
Yeah. Over the course of my lifetime, I learned to let that go. That part
Yes.
just became unimportant for me.
Yes.
It was a it was a very arduous journey to get there.
Yes.
Because there was other, there were other things attached to that, control things that
Yes.
were attached to that I managed to work through and heal. Um,
And sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just gonna just say again that give me the why am I healing?
Yes. Why
Give
am
me
I
the why
healing?
am I healing? What's that bright spot?
Yes.
What's my
What's the purpose
reward?
of this, please?
Yep.
Can I get, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
What can I release to feel better and what's my reward, please? And thank you.
And here's something that I think is very important is, um the more you heal, the more you work through your crap, the more you get honest, and the more authentic you become, the less chaotic people are in your life. You turn around, it's like, oh, yeah, I don't have all these chaotic, unhealed people all around me anymore. I remember, prior to really I started with a therapist when I was in my early 20s. And so I was getting realizations, right? And then I've had several therapists. I think my last one, I was in my 30s, mid 30s, when he was amazing. Um, but what therapy really does is bring you into contact with what's really happening, kind of what happened to you, brings all that clarity. For me, energy healing is what really brought the healing.
Yes.
And I have forgotten the reason that I was going down that rabbit hole. Oh, yes. I remember having so many people around me that were just chaotic and,
Right.
excuse me, I was like this magnet for, of course, I didn't know I was a healer when I was young, like in my 20s, and I fought it in my 30s. I didn't want to be it, but people were drawn to me that had lots of issues, lots of wounding, and they would come to me. And because I didn't know how to help them in a way that I do now, they just became chaotic in my life. They just became these spots of just chaos, and I would get sucked into all of it, and I was always a mess and I was chaotic. because of them, and not because of them. It was my choice to take it in, but it was that
Right.
relationship and or the anger or whatever it was. And now I just don't have those people in my life anymore. And they don't come running to me anymore. Who does come running to me are, which I'm extremely grateful for, those of you out there who've had sessions with me, or students or clients, whichever, or both. You come to me in a way that says, I'm ready to heal. That's a beautiful thing. So do I get chaotic people? Yes. We're all chaotic when we're not healed. We're all chaotic.
Oh boy.
I mean, that's just part of it.
Yes.
Yes. But I'm in a different situation now, and it's
well, and that
it's
chaos,
very beautiful.
that chaos comes from not leading with our instinct.
Yes. The
That
very
comes from
basic
leading
thing
with
of that.
Yep.
That dignity, dignity's in there, in with the, for
Right.
me, in with that instinct.
I think pretty much, I think across the board, you're right. I think that there is dignity in
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I think there's dignity and humility and grace
Mm-hmm.
in our instinct. But when we override that and we lead with that unbalanced emotion or that unbalanced thought,
Yep.
chaos every time.
Yes. Yes.
Every single
Every
time.
Yes.
Yep.
So I would like to talk a minute about so I brought up talk therapy, and I have clients, so does Mari-Lyn, who also have therapists. And the two things, energy healing and therapy, work so beautifully together. Some people like me got so tired of talk therapy. Like, I cannot show up another day and talk about myself. I'm just, good God.
No. Been there, done that.
Just shoot me. I can't talk about myself anymore. This is so painful.
Yeah.
So I stopped at some point. I'm very grateful that I had it.
As am I.
Very, very grateful. Yet it does go hand in hand. So we do have people that do both, and it's really beautiful. Those people are really like, they want to be fast tracked. They're so done with feeling bad or whatever it is. So I just want to talk for a moment about what energy healing can do for you. And of course, we would love to have you as clients, yet we'd like everyone to find someone they're comfortable with. So this is not just a commercial for TCS. This is just, and not all energy healers are created equal, by the way.
True.
What we do, what Fred has taught us with energy healing, it's getting into that wounding, disconnecting from that wounding, telling a new story, finding a new story for yourself, for your physical body, your emotional body, your mental, all your energetic bodies. It's disconnecting from that old story and writing a new one. That's the best way I can sort of explain that. And it's not a one and done. Some little issues are. Sometimes some little woundings, one and done, don't have to do that again. But typically there are woundings that just sort of follow us through life, but you heal layer by layer by layer by layer. So going to energy healing helps you to, first of all, you're better informed of what's really happening, and you are in a position to make more informed decisions and choices. So if let's say I have this certain thing happens all the time and I get angry every time. I just get pissed off every time. What energy healing will do is help me to understand what's behind or what's underneath that anger, and to help heal that wound and disconnect me from that low vibration that sends me into that trigger. So the next time I come in contact with that same situation, I might start to get angry and then I stop. And my instinct says, there's no danger here. You're just fine.
Mm-hmm.
My emotion doesn't take over, my ego doesn't take over, and I'm able to have balanced emotion and clarity to make the decision, what do I do in this situation now? And I
Right.
choose not to get angry. So that for me and certainly clients, that's what regular energy healing does, and being on this journey, being on the spiritual journey. So do you have something you want to add to that?
That was very beautifully
Ah, thank
put.
you.
Yeah, very
Thank you,
beautifully
Barrett.
put.
I
Yeah.
needed help with that one. I was asking for help. I need some words to communicate this.
What I think is important to reiterate is that it gives us the energy healing. It gives us the choice.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
still choose to get angry.
Yep. Yep.
Um, and if you do, you know why.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And chances are even greater that the next time you're going to choose not to get angry.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Absolutely. And it's that's what it's done for me. And it's beautiful. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Energy healing is not just, it does include, but is not limited to relaxing, allowing yourself, like what we talked about early with the adrenal fatigue. As energy healers, we can shift that. We can take down your adrenals, your limbic system, reset it. We can do all that energetically and bring you to a place of calm and peace, and it's beautiful. That's when you get grounded, etc. um, and many energy healers can do that. You hear of like Reiki masters and so forth. They can
Mm-hmm.
all do that. They can clear your energy, maybe get you a little aligned or something. And what we do, just from the years of doing this and experience, we have been given the gift to go past that, to really get into the wounding. Like, it's time, it's time for you to heal and come to terms with this and heal some stuff. So I'm not sure why there's someone out there again, because this is coming right in. I can feel my channel just
Mm-hmm.
vibrating. There's Mari-Lyn always says there's a certain tone of my voice when I'm in my channel. I don't know what that is, but this is coming through my channel. So there's someone out there that needed to hear what is energy healing and the difference sort of between energy healers. We are multidimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would never say that I'm better than anyone else or anything. That's just, and that's not the truth. However, we are above the, what we have, we're more in the PhD zone, I guess. That's what they're telling me. I was trying to say, like, well, anyway, it's a gift and we love our gifting. And yeah, so I'm going to stop bragging about myself. I feel very braggarty and I'm not liking that very much at all, at all.
Oh, no, I think you're right. Somebody needed to hear
All of that.
exactly what you were just
Yeah.
telling them.
So for those of you
Yeah.
who didn't need to hear it, just shh, just say, okay, moving on. Um, Although what I'm getting now
Yeah.
is we all need to work on being proud of what we do. We all need
Amen.
to be proud of, and I've got tears in my eyes right now. That's what spirit wants from me, is I downplay myself a lot. I downplay
Truth.
my gifts. I downplay it all the time.
Mhm.
And frankly, they're getting tired of it. That's what I hear from Fred. Frankly, I'm tired of it. And it's okay for me to say, I'm good at this. This is what I came here to do. And I'm leading with spirit. And so,
Absolutely.
okay, I will stand in that. And that's also asking everyone who's listening to think about those things in your life that you're good at and to say it. To say
Yes.
it. Even some of you, I see you even like going into the mirror and saying, I am good at this, whatever it is. Da, 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 da. Yes.
Yes.
I have not only mastered this, I have risen above that mastery. So damn good at this. This is what they want you to say. Yes, they want you to
Yes.
acknowledge those areas where really I'm super good at acknowledging the places that I suck. I'm really
Oh
good
boy.
at that.
Yes.
But the
The
places where
goal is,
I'm good, not so much.
yeah, to praise ourselves where we
Yes.
excel.
Yes. And
Mhm.
that's not ego. That's not um it's not ego. It's not God, that's hard to say. Oh my God. I want to hate myself right now. I want to
No, it can lead into ego. Absolutely.
yes. Yes.
Ego could take over,
I want
and
humility here.
but
Insert humility, please.
being able to recognize that we are good at something
Yes.
is crucial for self-love,
Yes.
crucial for self-acceptance,
Yes.
crucial for self-compassion.
Yes. And that's really what our main purpose here is to love
Yes.
who we are,
Yes.
no matter where we are, what we are, how we look, how we, whatever. Accepting
Yeah.
who we are and continually, what I also get is continually working on who we are. Yes.
Always trying to be the best version of
Yes.
ourselves,
Which is
which
where
changes moment to moment. I
oh my
mean,
goodness,
you
yes.
know, one day you could be the best version of yourself possible, and the next day
Eek.
you are down and out and
Yes.
disgruntled.
Yes.
And if that's the best you can be in that moment, then that's the best you can be, and that's okay.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
And that's
Yes.
not
Still,
saying that it's
still,
okay to will
yeah.
thrive in that.
That were easy for you to say.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, we don't
Yes.
want to live there,
Yes.
but we're human, and it's part of being human. And even if we're triggered or
Yeah.
we feel beat up,
We can still stand in our dignity.
we can, and we can admit,
Yes.
I'm triggered. I feel
Yes.
beat up. I feel downtrodden,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I'm still okay. And I will be better later.
Yes.
I will be
Absolutely.
better tomorrow. I will be better in the next 5 minutes. However that works for
Yes.
you.
Yep.
Um,
And you do it for yourself, not for anyone else that's around. It can
yes.
benefit the people around, but for yourself,
Yes.
for your own dignity. Yes. How we
You're
honor ourselves. We can
Yeah.
always honor who we are in every situation, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
No
And
matter what we're doing.
that's grows our value within ourselves.
Yes. Hmm.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And it's not an easy thing to begin doing.
And I'm going to bring this back around
Yeah.
to they didn't leave your life. I moved them and I brought them into your life to help you learn. So, in those times of pain, in those times that we're not feeling our best, that's exactly what you're talking about
Yep.
now. Find the dignity in that and the knowing that spirit, this experience is for a reason. Spirit brought you this experience. Thank you. Be in gratitude I mean, of course, we've all been in situations where we feel like we're just crawling out of it and we just want to go sit in a fetal position somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
To know that that was for a reason and to work through that it has always been very helpful to me. It's always been very helpful. Yeah. Even before I was able to put to words, I am on a spiritual journey and spirit is with me. I think
Mm,
I would always say, what is the purpose of, like, I would get that information. I had no idea that I was psychic. I had no idea anything. When I look back now at my, growing up, it's like, holy crap, I was psychic, but I had no idea. And especially back then, no one ever talked about
sure.
it. But
No, 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 no,
no,
no.
but that that is true. Spirit moved them. Spirit moves us. Spirit moves people in and out
Yes.
for us, for our glory, for our joy, for our love, for us to grow. And there are growing pains, of course. And that's why
Oh,
we're here.
yes.
Yeah. And we get
Yeah.
to rest on that whole thing after we cross over and go through our whole life review and all of that stuff. And then we get to sort of live in that beautiful energy for a while until for some stupid reason we decide to come back again and start and get our ass kicked again.
And when we're in that high vibration, we don't think about it being stupid.
No.
We
Oh,
think
we're like,
about
hey, bring it on.
we think about the expansion and the evolution that it brings.
Yes. Yes. And
Yeah.
each time looking back and saying, wow, I learned a lot in that lifetime. Holy and there's like, I see like this checklist. I learned that and I learned that. I mastered that, mastered that. Oh, I have to go back and do this and this. But oh, look at these other things I get to do for the first time or whatever.
Right.
Whatever that is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, oh, wow. This has been a great conversation. I had no idea where it was going to lead.
Me either.
No, we just kind of got that information and decided to go.
And, like usual, our conversations take little detours.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but they're fabulous.
They are.
And we get so much clarity. I get so much clarity on things as
Oh,
we're talking.
every time.
Yeah.
I know for myself, after every podcast, I sit by myself for a little while and just
Me too.
process it. Yeah.
Me
And
too.
and I know you and I both, as far as scheduling appointments today, we leave some time between this and the appointment. And I do that so I can process whatever happened in the podcast.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
I need that
Have to
time.
leave processing time.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, with clients, I can go client to client to client. But this is very different than that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is different than that. We need for ourselves processing time. It's not just, between clients, we clear our energy, we put that aside, we get ready for the next one. And so that's its own process that we need,
Mhm.
a little bit of time. I don't mean like, well, there have been times when, yeah, they're really back to back, but you need that time. But this is really stuff to contemplate.
It is. A lot of information comes from spirit,
Yeah.
and it's not it's not all black and white.
No, no, there's a lot of
And
different colors in there, not just
for a
gray.
black and white thinker,
Yes.
there's a lot to contemplate.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So we hope all of you have heard something today that you want to think about, that you want to sort of mull over. I know there was a
Absolutely.
lot today. One thing I'm hoping each one of you will take a moment to really stand in your power and admit to yourself, if not to another person, that you're really good at something. you know what, damn it, I am really good at that. And I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not going to feel bad for saying that. I am good at everyone has something they're really good at. Everyone. So I'm really hoping that each one of you can do that for yourself. Again, it might start with just you saying it just to yourself, and that's fine. And I would encourage you to keep doing that until you can say it to another human being.
Agreed.
And really
And there's a lot of
solidify that.
power. There's a lot of power in using a mirror.
Yes.
It might start in your head and then you might
Yes.
say it out loud, but
Yes.
looking in the mirror and saying it to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of power in that.
Yes. Amen.
A lot of power. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And remember that spirit brings people in and out of your life for a reason. For a reason. And you are not a victim. Ooh! That one just flew in. You are not a victim. Maybe that will be our next podcast. You are not a victim.
It's a good one.
Yep. Unless you choose to be. But don't choose to be.
Ew.
Ew. I know. Okay.
And we can.
We can. At least that the energy of the victim. The energy of the victim. Yes. And yes, I'm going to clarify this because I don't want people screaming at me.
Okay.
Yes, there are times in our life when we truly are a victim. We are truly a victim. I'm not talking about that.
No.
I am talking about just that mentality, that energy of, oh, it's always me. Why is it blah, 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 blah. You all know what that's like. When the little pity party, that's what I'm talking about. The pity party energy, that victim-y thing. That's what I'm talking about. I wanted to clear that up. All right. Well, I want to say this was a beautiful pod. The one little blip in there of us freezing up and having to.
Yeah, that was something. That was something else.
Yes. But other than that, this was wonderful.
It was. It was. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Very grateful for you.
One thing I haven't said, and I don't think we've ever said it. We try to get these out every Tuesday morning. By the way.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Tuesday mornings, we try to get these out. I try to get out a Pam Ponders, like Wednesday or Thursday. That's sort of I try to do that then. Mm-hmm. And you do your podcast.
Recovery podcast.
Recovery. I could not come up with that word. Somewhere within the same time frame.
Yeah, I think those are going to start coming out maybe on Sunday mornings.
Sunday mornings? Okay. Oh, what a great Sunday morning podcast to listen to.
Yeah, I think those will start coming out on Sunday mornings.
Yes. And for those of you who have been wondering about our Friday nights, the paranormal stuff, we have not had another taker for having it on the air. So we just haven't. We want people to feel safe and they need to agree to it. And again, they haven't.
Yep.
We have some promising stuff coming up, though. So hopefully
we do.
We'll, and I'm going to be going to, well, you'll know, I'm going to take a little working vacation soon. And so hopefully that will bear some fruit as far as for our paranormal channel. That would be fabulous.
That would be so nice.
Yes. So,
yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you so very much. And we'll see you
next time.
next time.
Take care.
Bye.